Bro. Don't say like too much.
I'll try not to. I just like.
I got some really bad news. We've got black bindweed. This is it here. Climbs around everything. You pull it out, more's gonna grow. It just propagates. Black bindweed is an invasive species which basically just coils around all the plants and slowly suffocates them. It isn't pretty, it's an ugly looking weed, it's horrible. The only way to get rid of it is just to tarmac your garden. I don't want to do that though, so I keep pulling it out, but the problem is the more you pull out, the more it seems to grow. So it's a pain in the arse. And even if I was to dig out every plant and replace all the soil, all it takes is for one seed for it to come back. It seems to be everywhere, all over Bath at the moment. And yeah, the more you pull out, the more it seems to grow. So I don't know what to do, if I'm being honest.
At the moment, I'm 11 days post-operation and I mentally feel incredible. And my only regret is that I didn't do this sooner and that I was so scared to do it, and I wish I could go back and tell my younger self, or my previous self, not even my younger self, this is going to be such a good thing for you. And I've never felt mentally this great before, ever. I just feel like my whole mindset around body image and, you know, self-compassion has changed so much. I see myself now, weirdly, through such a more compassionate lens than I did before.
But the problems don't stop there. Our beautiful maple tree is in trouble. You can see half of it there has leaves on it and the other half doesn't. And I'm thinking it's because I planted these down here. These are supposed to be wildflowers, or they look more like weeds. So you can see the twigs are really brittle. So I need to cut them back. This side's doing all right. Look at this. This side's doing great. I think what's happening is the roots of those are coiling around the roots of the tree and sort of starving it of nutrients from the soil. So I'm going to have to rip up all of those wildflowers / weeds and try and give the maple tree a chance to make it through, and also just sort of try and rip up some of this bindweed. But it's kind of pointless. You just cannot get rid of it.
But I also chopped all my hair off and I love it. It just feels like I'm having this weird stage of my life where, you know, I've got rid of 80% of my wardrobe, got rid of the boobs, got rid of the hair, you know, want to downsize the house and move to somewhere that's smaller and just have the most simple life where all the small things are the big things. And I don't know, I just feel like I've had this almost like an awakening over the last 4 or 5 years, but particularly over the last 6 months. I just feel as though something's happened in my brain and it's shifted gear, and I'm like, I get it now. And I can't even explain what it is.
I just had Mr. FedEx man drop me off a parcel. This is my newest venture. It actually all started about 10 years ago. Many of you old Michelak veterans will remember 10 years ago, Hannah and I used to do these things we used to call blackout nights.
We have been talking about doing a blackout night.
A blackout night was basically a night where we would just turn off all of our technology and we would just spend the evening together, talking. No screens. Do you think we can do it, Coney?
I can do it. I don't think you can do it.
Anyway, we stopped doing blackout nights because life just kind of got in the way and we just forgot all about them. But then we did our camper van trip last summer. We were sort of doing forced blackout nights every evening. And what we were doing in these blackout nights is we were writing down questions for each other on scraps of paper and then sort of just answering them. It was a fun little game that we were playing, and it was just, yeah, it was just really cool just to kind of I'd open up and chat about different things, and we'd all take turns answering the questions, and it was so cool. It was so much fun that I thought, I'm going to do something with that one day. And then I got back to the UK, put it in the back of my head, and then eventually, a few weeks ago, I was like, I'm just going to do it. This is the prototype of them right here. Ah, they look wicked. Blackout Cards Family Edition. Look at that, man. I'm so happy with them. This is my first time seeing them. These are 250 conversational prompt cards.
In regards to moving, I feel like in my gut it feels like the right thing to do, and I do feel like, you know, there'll be parts of it where we feel like we've made a mistake, or parts of it where other members of the family might be struggling and everyone else will kind of have to lift them. There'll be parts of it where it's really hard, and I don't know, I just feel like it's going to be a big journey, but I feel excited, and it just feels like there's so much potential. So yeah, it's exciting. It feels like every sort of like it feels like every 7 or so years, Steph and I are like, we need to move. So I guess that's it. It's the 7-year itch, but with homes rather than husbands.
So the actual final product is going to be like embossed slightly, so the logo will be slightly raised, and I'm going to make the logo slightly bigger. I'm just going to make a few tweaks on this, but they're available to pre-order now, so if you want to get yourself a box, then I'll link them down below. But yeah, man, wicked, man. Anyway, yeah, blackoutcards.com. Wish me luck.
There's a lesson that I really want to teach my boys, and that's failing is far more important than winning, because they're going to learn far more from falling flat on their face than they will ever learn from getting a lucky win. Take my garden, for instance. It's completely overrun with these pesky black bindweeds, slowly strangling everything we lovingly planted. Lack of ambition is a lot like that. It creeps in, it takes over, and before you know it, it's suffocating all your dreams and your efforts.
I'm just going to keep ripping it up. I'm not going to let it beat me.
What I'm trying to say here is that in all the tangled mess of failures and setbacks, that's where the real growth happens.
If we all became famous YouTubers, what would each person's channel be about? Books. Fortnite. Books. Gaming.
I guess it's a kind of redundant question for us.
Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
Because we were never, like, funny YouTubers.
Alright.
Nobody watches our videos anymore.
I always fail. But you know what? I always get back up. And I'll keep getting back up. Because I know that one day, something I do will work. It's the law of averages.
What would be an interesting new subject to add at curriculum?
What would be an interesting new subject to add to the school curriculum? I would like to try and distill confidence in kids to make them know that they can do anything, and also the importance of failure.
Now, every project that I dive into becomes an obsession. And every night when I go to bed thinking, this could be the one. But this one, I go to bed thinking something different. I go to bed thinking, I think this is the one.
what is one thing you hope to learn over the next year? Portuguese.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
How to edit videos.
That's such a cool thing to want to learn,
can always
Graham. We
help
can help you. That's one thing we can help him with.
Oh,
Yay!
this is a good one. Who would win an award for being the most dramatic when sick?
Oh, me. Grayson.
Yeah, Grayson.
Easily me.
Easily Grayson wins that one.
I fucking love these blackout cards. Sorry for swearing just then, but I really finally feel like I've got something that might actually stick here.
Oh, this is a good one. What might you feel compelled to lie to your family about, and why?
My biggest hope here is that they're going to appeal to people who've never heard of us before, because you guys, you've been amazing over the years, supporting us with all of our various ventures and ideas, from Mags London makeup bags to prints and supplements and courses and jewellery and Patreon. But what would be amazing if we could develop a product that wasn't just for our community, that other people who've never heard of us before would like. And I think that's what the blackout cards can do.
What's the silliest rule you've enforced if you ran the family for a day?
What would be the silliest rule that you would enforce if you ran the family for a day?
That you all had to get naked and dance in the garden while I pour water all over your heads.
What? That's a bit creepy and weird.
Don't kink shame him.
My turn.
Your support has been invaluable, and as a thank you, we're going to take you on a fucking incredible adventure where we're going to start a whole new chapter in Portugal, and you're going to get front row seats.
Is there anything from your past you wish you could change?
Even those of you that can't stand us, you're coming too. You're all part of this weird thing that we do, and it wouldn't be the same without you.
Stop trying to kill my plants, you invasive scumbag.
Not eating the pineapple.
You wish you never ate a pineapple?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I just didn't want to.
I wish I hadn't been so mean to myself in my mind for all those years.
I wish I wasn't stingy and I bought Bitcoin when it was like £3.
As aspiring to be a millionaire worth a worthy goal?
Rufus is aspiring to be a millionaire worth a worthy goal.
No, I like the way we are.
Ah, that's good to know.
But I wouldn't want to change it.
Oh, what a lovely answer, Ruth.
But you know what? You can get knocked down, but it's the getting up, man. I know it sounds trite and cliche, but it's so important. Just dust yourself down, get back up and keep going. It'll be worth it, I promise.